Okay, welcome to another part of my World Cup preview series. Now we're going to talk about South Korea, third team in Group B. We've done Argentina and Nigeria. Now we're going to talk about the Asian powerhouse that is South Korea, who will be playing their first game against Greece pretty soon. Yeah, South Korea is by now the best team in Asia. Um, they have qualified undefeatedly for this World Cup. They didn't lose a single game in Asian qualifying. Now it's not really the hardest region to qualify from, but for Asian standards, they're clearly the best team. They've been to the World Cup more times than any other Asian team. This is now their seventh consecutive time, and they've outperformed other Asian teams pretty much every time. Um, of course, the best Asian performance ever in the World Cup was, of course, of South Korea in 2002 when they reached the semifinals. Of course, with the home advantage of being co-hosts. But yeah, ever since they've been a force to be reckoned with, at least in Asia and to some degree in the world. I think if any Asian team is gonna do well and make it out of the group, it's probably gonna be South Korea. You know, you could call Australia an Asian team, but I'm not so sure if. But they're not really an Asian team, of course. But okay. Well, anyway, let's look at South Korea. Like we said, they've been there the seventh. This is the seventh time in a row they're at the World Cup. Of course, in '86 and the '90s, they were, well, not quite the whipping boys, but they did have a few big losses, and they never made it out of the group stage. That, of course, all turned around 2002 when they surprised everybody by making it to the semis. Of course, they had a great coach, Hus Hiddink, back then. And yeah, what they did was 2002 that they actually quit the Korean League 6 months early. Most players were playing in the Korean League and quit them 6 months early so they could get the group of the best South Korean players together for 6 months to really get the best players and really get them to uh, as fit as possible and get them united as a team as much as possible and really help them, you know, reach a standard of play and play together as a team that would give them a shot of actually doing very well at the World Cup. And, well, needless to say, it worked. South Korea did very well, came out of the group. The group was with USA, Poland, and Portugal. Came out of that and beat Italy and Spain. Surely luck and the referees were on their side, but nevertheless, I mean, they played at a high standard. I mean, they played well and they reached the semis, and yeah, it was great. But of course, you know, the home advantage played a large role in it, and Hus Hiddink is a brilliant coach also. I mean, Hiddink since then has been, you know, reached the semifinals with Holland in '98 first, but after that, we also reached the second round with Australia 2006, pushed Russia to the semifinals 2008. I mean, the guy basically helps the team reach the next level every time he becomes the coach somewhere. So good news for Turkey. But, you know, it hasn't been just a one-time fluke, though, because they were host and they had Hiddink as coach when it comes to South Korea. I mean, their level of play has really gone up. You know, compared now to the '90s, they really have become a much better team. And 2006 as well, they did reasonably well. I mean, they won the first game against Togo, then drew against France 1-1, then narrowly lost the third game against Switzerland, and basically they only needed a draw in that game to get to the second round. So they narrowly missed the second round, last 16, in 2006. So they showed then that they were a team that could move on to the later stages of the World Cup, even when they're not playing at home. So that means that I think in 2010 they're going to be a contender in this group. You know, they're going to give Nigeria and Greece some troubles, I believe. Well, let's look at the squad exactly to see what we're talking about here. Well, their main guy is, of course, Park Ji-sung, first player of Manchester United. Yes, I'm calling Ji-sung Park. I mean, Ji-sung is the first name, Park is the last name. but in Korea they put the last name first. So Park Ji-sung, he's of course the main guy, midfielder, very all-round, also has goal-scoring ability, works very hard. He's the captain. Probably he's gonna have to be in form if South Korea wants to, go anywhere. Also, they have a couple of young, promising players who are already playing in Europe and doing reasonably well. One of them is Lee Jung-young of Bolton Wanderers, 21 years old. Has made a good impression so far. Another midfielder is Ki Sung-young of Celtic. Also looks promising, also still very young. And there's also Park Chu-young, number 10 in this team. And he plays for Monaco in France. So these guys look promising. They're still young, but there's plenty of experience in the team to balance that out. For example, of course, Park Ji-sung was there already in 2002. He's not the only guy. The goalkeeper, Lee Woong-jae, was there in 2002 as well. He's 37 by now. But for a goalkeeper, that's not really a problem. Also, Lee Jung-pyo, the left back, used to play for PSV. He went with Hitting to PSV, then later went to Tottenham. He's been a solid left back ever since. And also the striker, An Hyung-hwan, the guy who scored a decisive goal against Italy and played quite well at that World Cup in 2002. He looked promising then, but ever since we haven't really heard anything from him. He's 34 now. Apparently he's playing in China, the Chinese league. But he made it into the squad as the number 9, so we might see him play again. Let's see how well he's doing now. But those are some of the experienced guys who've been there in 2002 and mostly 2006. So they know how to perform reasonably well. And the rest of the guys, most of them play in the Korean League. Yeah, but the Korean League has gotten a lot better ever since they hosted a World Cup. The K-League has become one of the best leagues, if not the best league in Asia. And this year, the Pohang Steelers, the Korean team, won the Asian AFC Champions League. So, last year it was 2009, by the way. But, I think they have a good all-round team, but of course the main thing with Korea is that they're going to have to be fit. They're going to have to play well together. They're going to have to work hard. They're going to have to play as a unit, because it's not really going to be, I think, the individual skill of one or two players that'll get them through. As a team, they need to really perform at the top level, and then they have a shot. And then they have a serious shot of getting through. Nigeria and Greece are not unbeatable for a team like South Korea. We'll wait and see how they're gonna be doing. But I'll give you my final prediction on that in the final prediction video of Group B. Anyway, that's it for my analysis of South Korea for now. And we'll now move on to the next video. It's going to be about Greece. Alright, thank you.